It happens every year. The clock strikes midnight, and suddenly you feel different. You are no longer the person who skipped the gym for 6 months. You are now resolution person. Psychologists call this the fresh start effect. Culturally significant dates like January 1st act as temporal landmarks. They trigger something called mental accounting, creating a psychological separation between your past imperfect self and your future clean slate. This separation creates a massive surge of optimism. But here's the problem. Optimism isn't a strategy, and without the right science, that clean slate gets dirty fast. Let's look at your brain hardware. How you phrase your resolution actually changes which part of your brain activates. If you set an avoidance goal, like quitting sugar, you trigger the amygdala. That's the brain's stress center. This creates feelings of deprivation and guilt, which actually drains your willpower. But if you set an approach goal, aiming for a new positive behavior, you activate the reward system. This releases dopamine, the chemical of motivation. Research shows that people are nearly 12% more likely to succeed just by framing their goal as a positive action rather than a negative restriction. So, you have the right goal, you start strong. You feel motivated, you promise yourself, this time I am doing it. And then, February shows up, and somehow you are back where you started. Why? 3 reasons. First, false hope syndrome. This is when you set goals that sound exciting, but are completely unrealistic for your brain to handle all at once. They are the sexy goals, the ones that look great in your head and on a vision board, but in real life, they demand a level of change that is too big, too fast, and too sudden. So your brain resists, not because you are lazy, because it is overloaded. Second, willpower depletion. Willpower is not infinite. It is not some magic trait you either have or you do not have. It is a battery, and the more stress you have, the faster it drains. So if you are relying on willpower during one of the most stressful times of the year, post-holiday work catch-up, lack of sleep, financial pressure, life getting busy again, that battery dies. And when it dies, you do not fail, you just run out of fuel. Third, temporal discounting. Your brain is wired to value what you can get right now more than what you might get later. A cookie today feels real. Weight loss in 6 months feels abstract. And this is not a character flaw, it is evolution. Your brain was built for immediate survival, not long-term bikini body goals. So when you are tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, your brain will almost always choose the reward that is immediate. And that is why so many New Year goals do not survive past February. All right, let us make this simple. If you want to stick to your New Year's resolutions, you do not need more motivation. You need a system, because motivation is a vibe. A system is a strategy. And today I am giving you 4 evidence-based tools. Basically, 4 success protocols to help you beat your own limitations and stay consistent. Ready? Tool number 1, implementation intentions. Big name, super simple idea. Most people say things like, I will run more, which sounds nice, but it is way too vague. Instead, you use an if-then plan. So you say, if it is 5 p.m., then I will put on my running shoes. That is it. You are not negotiating with yourself. You are not waiting to feel inspired. You are automating the decision. Tool number 2, habit stacking. This is where you attach a new habit to an old habit, because your brain already has routines it runs on autopilot. So you piggyback on them. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will do 10 push-ups. Old habit, new habit, same moment. You are basically using an existing neural pathway, like a train track, and adding one more stop. Tool number 3, temptation bundling. This one is genius. You only allow yourself to do something you love while doing the thing you usually avoid. So for example, you only listen to your favorite podcasts while you exercise. Suddenly the hard thing is not so hard because it comes with a reward. And now, the final tool. This one is the most powerful. It is a shift in language, a shift in identity. Because when you change how you speak about your goal, you change how you behave. Instead of saying, I want to create more content, you say, I am a content creator. See the difference? One is a wish. The other is who you are. And when a habit becomes part of your identity, that is when a resolution actually sticks. So remember, you do not need more motivation. You need a system. Implementation intentions, habit stacking, temptation bundling, and identity-based language. Pick one, start today, and let consistency do the rest.